Starting tomorrow, I'm no longer just a shipping clerk. I'm chairman of the board.
And it's all because of
freaking.com.
Is it Ian Bernard? Ian Bernard?
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Are you making an offer?
Have a seat.
I'll be doing that under duress.
Take him into custody.
Yes, sir. All right.
They represent what may be the most unaccountable branch of an unaccountable government. But if you're a New Hampshire resident, you're about to get a chance to peacefully do something about judges. At the State House on January 7th, representatives of this reclusive profession will be flushed into the open at a State House hearing, presumably. It's likely your chance to question them outside a court setting. And if you're a cameraman, it's your chance to try and grab an interview. The hearing is over House Bill 1347, an act relative to the right of jury nullification.
The least we can say is that the defendant, Airman Adams, was drunk. She was the only member of the party whom we can actually believe was entirely sober.
Hi, sir. Would you like some information on jurors' rights?
As many of you have noticed, liberty activists have begun blanketing New Hampshire courthouses with jury nullification literature. That literature informs prospective jurors of their right to vote not guilty when they believe a law is unjust. But why should activists have to do this, and why should they have to do it outside the courthouse? Shouldn't this be something jurors are told as part of the process? At the very least, shouldn't at least defense attorneys be allowed to inform jurors of their right of conscience? Right now, anyone who does so in a courtroom setting is at risk of jail time. This bill aims to rectify that by requiring judges to inform juries of their right. The last time this issue came up in a bill, it failed to pass. But it forced judges out of their restricted environment and onto neutral turf. If anyone had been there with a camera afterward, they could have gotten some great comments from judges, or maybe just some shots of judges refusing to talk. This is video, by the way, of a previous hearing unrelated. It's very rare you have a chance to walk up to a judge with a camera and get their opinion. 2 or 3 years ago, our infrastructure was limited in the New Hampshire liberty movement. But now it should be possible to videotape the entire hearing and have 1 or 2 activists standing by with cameras and respectfully questioning any judges who try to come out and cover up the right of nullification. If you want to get any recorded responses to your questions, however, you'll probably have to just walk up to these judges, camera rolling. Tell them you're audio taping. Do it openly, not surreptitiously, and do it politely. I'll be out of the state that day, so this rests on you. And of course, it doesn't really matter what you videotape if you don't put it on YouTube. One thing that would also be helpful is if you can get a digital audio recorder very close to the judges while they address the committee. Then upload the audio to YouTube or whatnot. Don't expect your camera 20 feet away to capture what they are saying. Now, I now have a recorder for this purpose myself, but as I say, I won't be there. I believe the bill will fail this session, as it did last session, but I believe it may pass next session. It'll probably come up again and again. I believe it especially has a good chance of passage if it is watered down to the point where it simply requires the defense attorney to inform the jury, rather than the judge. I did want to read part of the bill to you. Quote, "Right of accused. In all court proceedings, the court shall instruct the jury of its inherent right to judge the law as well as the facts, and to nullify any and all actions they find to be unjust. The court is mandated to permit the defendant or counsel for the defendant to explain this right of jury nullification to the jury." Unquote. See video descript for more details on all the who, what, where, when, why.
We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty.